up, guys? It's boy Benny. Oh, what's the biggest change in America since your childhood? Many people would have many things to argue about. Maybe the food, maybe sports, and maybe music. But I would technically argue that the biggest change is that there really does seem to be two very different Americas right now. It seems like people aren't talking to each other anymore. And there are sides that have decided that it's not worthy. The other side isn't worthy of speaking. And that's not great. It can't function that way, and it can't continue that way. That's like the precursor to totalitarianism, right? Or something really, really bad, something horrible. You see this kind of stuff in Rwanda. You see this kind of stuff in failed states. This happens all around the world. So it's really good to have conversations with people. That's why we accept every single debate wherever offered. Like, it's really good to, like, sit down, have a conversation, disagree, and everybody walk away peacefully, right? And and nobody, like, scream in each other's face. We go cover a lot of protests, too. And we go to these left-wing protests, and we get surrounded by people who, like, take bullhorns and just scream in our face and don't allow us to do interviews and stuff, right? They recognize our channel. And so that, again, is really bad and really corrosive. You should be able to talk to whoever you want, and people who disagree should be able to have conversations. That's why we were extremely happy and encouraged when we saw that Bill Maher was going on Greg Gutfeld's show on Fox News. Bill Maher, Greg Gutfeld clash on Fox News. We can agree on some things, but not the most important thing. I think that Greg Gutfeld definitely got the best of Bill Maher, and I got to tell you, these clips are really inspiring to me because they show what happens when there's a power dynamic shift and when logic and a freedom, the opinion of freedom first is overbalanced against leftist tyranny. Bill Maher representing left-wing tyranny and Trump derangement syndrome, and he was outnumbered, and that's awesome. It's all across all of media, the opposite is true. You'll never see Jimmy Kimmel, Stephen Colbert, anybody bring on anyone they might even remotely disagree with. There was a time when Republican presidential candidates were invited on Saturday Night Live because we thought it was a good thing to, like, make fun of each other or talk. That's the biggest, most corrosive thing that's happened, and it's nice to see that hopefully repaired. Of course, it must end in the woke moment. The woke moment is about silencing people. And so this is a very positive and good thing, but I got to tell you, Greg Gutfeld got the best of Bill Maher here. Let's begin. The opening shot across the bow. Trump the insurrectionist. Here we go.
On the scales, New York Times best-selling author, Fox News contributor, Welcome to the show, Bill.
Thank you.
So far, so fun?
I have a few quibs.
Okay, go for it. Quib away, Mr. Quib.
Well, I mean, I agree that it's great that we're talking. I agree that we agree on some things. We're not exactly aligned on the most important things, which is basically Trump is someone who does not concede elections. That's the most important thing.
Yeah.
You don't seem to see it that way. That's the most important thing that's going on in this country. He didn't concede the last election. He's not going to concede this election.
You don't know that. You don't see into the future, Bill. I don't see your crystal ball.
Yeah, I did, because I was the only one who was talking about that way back when. And everybody said, oh, you smoke too much pot. Turned out I smoked just the right amount of pot.
There's no right amount.
But can you really picture this guy going, you know what? I lost. That's it.
He did. He left.
He left because he had to leave, because he couldn't.
Yes, but that's how it works.
Well,
what do you think, he's going to, like, board up the White House? Pull a straw dogs with Dustin Hoffman?
Well, last time he thought the other Republicans would back him up. When he called that guy in Georgia and said, I need 11,000 votes. I want you to find him.
He said find. He didn't say create. He said find.
Well, that's the same thing.
No, it's not. You don't say on an Easter egg
Find
hunt,
them.
I want you to create some Easter eggs.
We have a show here.
All right, Dr. Drew.
Okay.
Boys. I mean, my favorite show of television ever to do was Politically Incorrect.
Which you stole. This is exactly what it looked like, except the difference was Politically Incorrect was purposely mixing people with different viewpoints.
Which is what we're doing.
Tonight.
Yes. This is why it doesn't work.
Yeah.
Oh. I'm kidding.
No.
It's such a important exchange there. So that salvo is really important. So let's jump into it. So the first thing that Bill Maher says is that Donald Trump didn't concede. Well, nobody conceded the George W. Bush election. We have hours of footage of Democrats saying that Al Gore won that election, that it was stolen, including presidents like Bill Clinton saying that it was stolen, Terry McAuliffe saying it was stolen, Hillary Clinton saying it was stolen, Joe Biden saying it was stolen. So they didn't concede that election. They contested that election. And then they contested Donald Trump's election in 2016. And all those members of Congress still exist. So Bill Maher is, again, using different measuring sticks for different parties. He didn't call out Hillary Clinton when Hillary Clinton said that she's the president. He didn't call out Stacey Abrams when she said she's the governor of Georgia. So Bill Maher wants to have it both ways. And then he wants to silence. And this is what I think is really important. This is why Bill Maher, he might speak out against the woke, but it's just a shtick. He doesn't actually believe any of that stuff. He is the woke. Bill Maher doesn't want concession from Donald Trump. Donald Trump left office and handed over power. That's the way it's supposed to work. There's nothing in the Constitution that says you have to get on your knees and grovel. Bill Maher wants Donald Trump, wants to break Donald Trump, and wants to humiliate Donald Trump, and wants to force words into Donald Trump's mouth. That's woke. That's forcing speech. Bill Maher is a fraud. He has full-blown Trump derangement syndrome. And this is a proof positive because the constitutional mechanisms worked. Donald Trump handed over power. Okay? And then the government went, horribly so, to Joe Biden, and the results have been disastrous. But what Bill Maher wants is not that. He wants to break Trump. He wants Trump on his knees groveling to him because he wants to have full and total power. So it's forced speech. Nothing in the Constitution says that you need to apologize or whimper. Okay? Donald Trump did his constitutionally mandated duty. The end. That's it. Nobody says you have to like it. All right? And I certainly don't. So let's continue here. And by the way, Gutfeld getting the best of him to be like, this is why it doesn't work to have people like you on the show because you don't live in reality and you have if you didn't have double standards, you have no standards at all.
He said Tom Brady.
No, let me. It does feel personal about Trump with Bill.
It's not.
It feels that way.
No, I
not
don't think so.
personal.
No. It's just a difference of
He
opinion.
did sue me.
View.
Did he sue you?
Of course.
I didn't know that.
Really?
No.
You're in
sued you?
news?
Yes. I don't follow everything in your life, Bill.
Well, that was kind of... Yes, he sued me because I said he possibly was the son of an orangutan. Because we showed the picture, he looks exactly like the hair color. It looks exactly like an orangutan.
You know what's interesting as far as it pertains to Orange? He has always been the stand-up politician, right? But now he's sort of heading towards Carrot Top. Some of that stuff he's doing at the podium with the Tic Tacs and everything. He's really becoming a comedian at the podium.
Well, he's you know what? He realizes that he's winning. I think that's bothering you, Bill.
Well, it is bothering me because, again, he's an insurrectionist who doesn't believe in democracy. So, of course, it's bothering me. And, of course, he's also insane and a criminal and stupid.
Except for that, Bill.
But I got to say,
that, I'll vote for him.
Like, what works for him, like when that clip you just showed, I mean, look, he's almost the same age as Biden, but Biden presents as old, ancient.
Yeah.
That does not look old.
Mm-hmm. No, it doesn't.
He does not present as old.
Yeah.
I mean, he's like Kiss. He puts on the wig and the face paint, and it's 1976 all over again.
Those were the days.
Those were the days. So the conversation actually got into moments of agreement later on in the conversation. It was kind of interesting. They obviously very much disagreed on Trump, but Bill Maher's positions are total straw man positions that can be blown over like with a right?
Can you just calm down, Bill?
We will get you back. But I
now
don't think people are
now I understand all the rumors about you are true.
I don't know what that means. Like, we are polarized. I don't think we can deny that. The point is that we can also be friends. That's it.
Right.
We can't. Let's not pretend that these disagreements are not profound. Let's just say, okay, they are profound, but you know what? There's 90 other things we could talk about which we wouldn't disagree on. And I can't hate you. I've said it a million times. You can hate Trump. You can't hate all the people who like him. It's half the country.
Yeah.
And I am certainly not blind to Donald Trump's faults. I get it, why people choose to vote for him. You know, somebody who's conservative once said to me, what you liberals don't get about Trump is that we don't like him either. We just see him as a bulwark against the nonsense on the left. And I understand that because there is a lot of nonsense on the left, and that's in my book too.
Like I can actually agree with that. Like I say this all the time. You don't have to like Trump. You don't have to worship Trump. I think the people that actually worship Trump, I think that's wrong, right? Like he's a man, just like everybody else is a man, not a deity. It's really important to not see your political to see politicians as deities. Like, that's bad. They did that to Barack Obama, and look where that got us. It's okay to be like, Donald Trump's my man because Donald Trump has the same enemies I do. And that Donald Trump sees the world the same way that I see the world. And that Donald Trump wants to break systems that deserve to be broken. You don't have to like everything about Donald Trump. I don't think there is anybody on earth who likes everything about Donald Trump. Like, you just have to have the same enemies, right? You just have to have the same people that you're marching against. And that's enough, right? And the enemy of my enemy is my friend, right? And so I think there's a lot of people. This is why Donald Trump is winning independents, black, young, Hispanic voters, because Donald Trump's enemy is their enemy, right? Rigged justice systems, out of control government spending, foreign wars, just wasting the American dream on foreign countries. These are awesome things. These are amazing things. In conclusion, they had like some agreements, obviously, about the woke going too far, and I think it was a positive.
I want to take this woman and just take her on a walk.
Yeah.
Let's get going. Let's get it going.
Right.
Let's do something.
How about
I feel so bad
how
for
about
her.
we fix this instead of feeling like victims? Let's fix it.
Let's help her.
Our diet culture, the way our nutrition, it's all
We're too heavy and we're too thin at the same time.
This is old school liberalism. You have a problem? Let's fix it. Yeah. Let's not just rename it.
Yes,
Or
we're
just
renaming.
be a victim of it. Let's fix it. The homeless. Let's get you off the streets instead of like the woke view.
How dare you? Yeah.
Well,
no,
I mean,
no, it is. It's how
yes.
dare you do that? It's
Well-
how dare you tell me to get healthier? How dare you to tell me to get off the street? It's like you're anti-compassion.
We privilege
Right.
denial. We privilege denial in the law and in
Right.
the discourse.
All right,
and that's a big mistake.
Yeah, okay, great. Hey, you can agree on like cleaning up our streets, cleaning up homeless people, putting criminals in prison, not denying reality, and not being part of like not creating an entire society based on victimhood culture. That's a net positive. That's really good. So in like on the sum total, on the sum total, like Bill Maher has Trump derangement syndrome. We already knew that. Bill Maher uses straw man arguments that he doesn't apply to his own side. Okay, bad. All right. But going out and doing the interviews and going out and doing the shows, good. And having conversations, good. And you're not going to, in fact, it's very important that you listen, that you hear opinions that you disagree with throughout the day in order to reinforce what's true and what's right. And we thought that was really, really good. An inspiring moment in our dark modern day. Yes, indeed, ladies and gentlemen. It's your boy Benny. Like, share, and subscribe for more inspiring moments for a while.